In this video, I will tell you about tangential and radial accelerations in a absolute depth, and we will start with V is equal to omega cross R, which is the vector relationship between V, omega and R, which we have already discussed. Now if I differentiate this relationship, then it would be dV by dt is equal to d by dt of omega cross r, and this is the acceleration A, net acceleration, and it would be equal to d by dt of omega cross with r vector plus d plus omega cross with dr vector by dt. Now this is A net, and it is equal to d omega by dt will be alpha, angular acceleration, as well as this dr by dt will be change in position vector of the particle, and hence it would be the linear velocity. Now you can see that there are two accelerations. This is alpha cross r, and hence it is tangential acceleration. And this is the radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration. So A tangential is equal to alpha cross r, and tangential acceleration is magnitude of A tangential is actually rate of change of the speed of the particle. So the rate of change of the speed of the particle is known as tangential acceleration, and this is the centripetal acceleration AC, which is equal to omega cross V. Now if we calculate the magnitude of AC, then it is omega into V in the vector scalar form, and V is also equal to r omega. So AC is equal to r omega square, or it is equal to V square by r. So this is the centripetal acceleration, which is r omega square or V square by r, and dV by dt, which is the rate of change of magnitude of rate of change of net velocity, that is the net acceleration, magnitude of net acceleration. So I am marking these important terms, that this is the tangential acceleration, magnitude of tangential acceleration, and this is the magnitude of net acceleration. Okay, now I will demonstrate that in this motion, you can see that in this motion, if omega is constant, which is omega is angular speed and it is constant, then then also you can see that the direction of the motion is changing constantly. At some time particle is at this point, some other time it would be at this point, some other time it would be at this point. So the velocity, the direction of velocity is continuously changing in this motion. Initially velocity was like that, then the velocity was like that, then it was like that, then it was like that, then like that, this one. So the direction of velocity is continuously changing. So due to the change in the direction of this velocity, the acceleration is known as the centripetal acceleration, and AC is due to the change in direction of motion, while AT is due to the change in speed of the particle, and ANet, which is the vector sum of AT as well as AC, is due to both change in direction as well as change in speed of particle. Now I will demonstrate that why this tangential acceleration is in the tangential direction and why this centripetal acceleration is in the centripetal direction with a proof. So let us suppose that a particle is rotating in this circle like that, and this is the center of the circle. This is the center of the circle. Now if this center is also the origin, then this is the x-axis and this is y-axis. And the particle is at some position here which is inclined at an angle of theta. So the radius of the circle is r. So the polar coordinates of this particle is r comma theta, which means that this distance is x and this distance is y. So the velocity of the particle will be tangentially aligned like that. This is v, and if I write the velocity in a vector form, and before that let us assume two directions, two unit vectors. In fact, one unit vector is E tangential and other one is E radial. So E tangential unit vector will be this E tangential can be written as a unit vector in the tangential direction. So if this angle is theta, this will be theta and this will be 90 minus theta. So the unit vector along the tangential direction will be minus 1, because unit vector has a unit magnitude. So minus 1 sine theta I cap, and along the y-axis would be plus cos theta j cap. So tangential unit vector will be minus sine theta I cap plus cos theta j cap. Now when we talk about the radial unit vector, then the radial unit vector will be like cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap. You can see that if this is the radial unit vector pointing towards this side like that, then if its length is 1, then its x component will be 1 cos theta and y component will be 1 sin theta. So these are the tangential and radial unit vectors. Now if I write down the radius, which is the position vector, this r vector is the position vector, this is r vector, which tells the position of the particle p with respect to origin. So this is the r vector. So r vector will be pointing in the direction of radial vector, and the magnitude of r vector will be radius. So r vector can be written as r into e radial. So r vector will be equal to r into cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap. Now if we differentiate the radius vector, then it will give the velocity, because this is the position vector and rate of change of position vector is velocity. So v will be equal to dr by dt. So this is r, and differentiation of cos theta will be minus sin theta I cap plus cos theta j cap into d theta by dt. Now this d theta by dt is omega, and therefore v vector will be equal to r omega into e tangential. You can see that this vector is e tangential unit vector. So this tells us about a very good fact, that the magnitude of velocity is equal to r omega, and its direction, this is direction and this is magnitude, and its direction is tangential. And we all know that the velocity is always in the tangential direction. Now we know that now if we further differentiate this equation, that v is equal to r omega into e tangential, differentiating this equation with respect to time, then this dv by dt will be equal to r, which is constant, and d omega by dt into e tangential plus omega into d by dt of e tangential. Now this d omega by dt, this dv by dt is the net acceleration, this is radius r, this d omega by dt is alpha, and this is e tangential plus this omega, and differentiation of e tangential. Now I am writing down the e tangential. E tangential is equal to minus sin theta I cap minus sin theta I cap plus cos theta j cap. This is the e tangential. So this a net is equal to r alpha e tangential plus r omega. Now the differentiation of sin theta minus sin theta will be minus cos theta, so it would be minus cos theta I cap, and differentiation of cos theta would be minus sin theta j cap. So a net is equal to r alpha e tangential plus into d theta by dt also will come by the chain rule. So d theta by dt is again equal to omega, so it is r omega square, and this is minus of e radial. you can see that this radial vector is cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap. Therefore, this will be the minus of radial vector. So, A tangential, A net will be equal to R alpha into E tangential plus R omega square into minus of E radial. This expression is itself enough to explain the complete concept of acceleration. It is explaining that this is the magnitude of tangential acceleration, R alpha, and this is the direction of tangential acceleration of A tangential, which means that the direction of tangential acceleration is always in that tangential direction, and that is why we are referring it as the tangential acceleration. Now this is the magnitude of centripetal acceleration, and why we are saying it centripetal acceleration, because its direction of AC is towards center of the circle. So if this is pointing towards the center of the circle, that is why it is being referred as the tangential acceleration. In fact, the centripetal acceleration. So this is AC, which is towards the center of the circle always. So there are two kind of accelerations. One is towards the tangential direction of the circle, and other is towards the center of the circle, which is referred as centripetal acceleration. I will also derive the magnitude of centripetal acceleration by the other concept of changing the direction in the next video. Thank you.